So what is body image? Body image is a person's subjective picture or mental image that they have of their own body. It's not the objective view, but it's rather based on perception. Sometimes one's body image is so bad that it's classified as a disorder, known as the body dysmorphic disorder. As defined by the Mayo Clinic, body dysmorphic disorder is a mental condition in which one cannot stop thinking about one or more perceived flaws or defects in their own appearance, a flaw that appears minor or can be seen by others.
It sounds trivial, but it's a disorder because of how obsessive and consuming it is. People can spend hours staring at a tiny mark, believing it's a horrible blatant flaw that makes them ugly and deformed. It sounds irrational and vain, but this isn't a rational thought process. It's a disorder, and one that can wreck a life. Body dysmorphic disorder currently affects 1.7 to 2.9% of the general population, according to the International OCD Foundation. It can lead to suicidal ideation, not to mention taking up more than 1 hour a day minimum and causing intense anxiety. If you think you have body dysmorphic disorder, we've linked a quiz from the International BDD Foundation below. This video is for anyone who might have body dysmorphic disorder, poor body image, or just anyone struggling with the way they look. You are not alone. Some symptoms of body dysmorphic disorder include being extremely preoccupied with a perceived flaw in appearance that, to others, can't be seen or appears minor. A strong belief that you have a defect in your appearance that makes you ugly or deformed. A belief that others take special note of your appearance in a negative way or mock you. Engaging in behaviors aimed at fixing or hiding the perceived flaw that are difficult to resist and control, such as frequently checking the mirror, grooming, or skin picking. Attempting to hide perceived flaws with your styling, makeup, or clothes. Constantly comparing your appearance to others. Frequently seeking reassurances about your appearance from others. Having perfectionist tendencies, seeking cosmetic procedures with little satisfaction, and avoiding social situations. If you know someone with BDD or that has bad body image, there are ways to help them. One way is to tell them how they are more than how they look, and emphasizing value beyond appearance. Show them how you care for them, and encourage them to seek professional support like therapy.
Myth number 1. Body dysmorphic disorder is caused by OCD. It is often misdiagnosed as the two share many similar features. The obsessive focus on something not right is shared. Although someone with body dysmorphic disorder often has OCD, as the hyperfixation correlates.
Body dysmorphic disorder does not require obsessive compulsive disorder.
Anyone can have it. It's important to know this because, as we mentioned, many people are misdiagnosed and don't get the help they need.
One more myth is that BDD and eating disorders are the same thing. They're definitely not. For one, body dysmorphic disorder is usually focused on the face with eyes, nose, and skin, and sometimes muscle definition in men. Although it can be about anything, including weight, size, the way your legs look, it's typically about the face. Eating disorders, when related to BDD, are usually more about cause and effect. If you feel bad about your weight, your body image starts to become negative, and you might eat or restrict your diet. When they are related, generally more of a cause and effect, and are definitely not the same thing.
Myth number 3. Body dysmorphic people are vain. Individuals with body dysmorphia genuinely believe there is something wrong with their physical appearance to the extent that it severely disrupts their social functioning. These people often go to extreme measures to eliminate their so-thought physical disfigurement. These individuals are not seeking any attention or underlying gain. These people are simply trying to do what will help them.
Our final myth is that undergoing a cosmetic procedure or plastic surgery will boost self-esteem for individuals with BDD. Between 26 and 40% of individuals with BDD seek cosmetic surgery, but they almost never feel relief and can even get addicted to fixing these microscopic flaws. The problem is that with BDD, you need to fix the emotions lying beneath, like anxiety, depression, and sometimes OCD. Cosmetic procedures don't fix these, as BDD is based on perception, and you still see these flaws that you want to fix. I developed such a strong feeling that I deserved to be punished for how disgusting my skin and face were, especially every time that I saw my reflection through the mirror. That is when I started self-harming as a form of self-punishment for how disgusting my skin was. I tried to end my life because I could not see any future as long as I still had my skin and face. I remember actually feeling like I didn't belong on the planet because of how abnormal and disgusting I was for my skin.
Everyone can relate, everyone has appearance issues. It's the extent that it affects your life. So for me, it got to a point where I wasn't at school. I was off school for 5 years. I didn't leave my bedroom some days. My family wouldn't be allowed to see me. I was locked inside, curtains shut. Some days I wouldn't wash. My mum would have to wash me. She'd have to bring me drinks, bring me food. I was self-harming, you know, it got really bad for me.
How would my issues with body image, how did they start? So I grew up in like early 2000s. We didn't have social media, but we had magazines, and I just remember like being skinny was like just everything. Like being very, very thin was considered beautiful. And I was never really, really thin. I was always like a little more curvy. So I think like some comparison started maybe in high school, like late middle school. In my mid-20s, I worked at a gym, and one of the trainers was a bodybuilder. He was like, Heather, wow, you know, you're really fit, like you should try doing a competition. And I was like, you know what, I kind of want to do that. I had just finished my teaching credential. I think I've started student teaching. I was like, I have the time. And I was still working at the gym, so I had a place to work out. And so I was like, I'm gonna take this challenge. But in competing for something like that, you have to train twice a day. You have to change your diet. And the diet is really what kind of made a shift for me. So I trained for a year. I was on a very, very, very strict low-fat diet, very restrictive eating, and I competed and I did well. I placed in the top 5, and I was really proud of myself. But after is when I kind of had a really hard time with food again, and you know, like overeating or like being really self-conscious of what I chose to eat. And then I have this specific memory of my sister and I. It was like a month after I did the competition, and we were shopping and we were trying on clothes, and I just burst into tears in the dressing room because I felt fat. I thought I was fat. I had no body fat on me. Like it was, you know, looking back and like looking at pictures of me, I like would look in the mirror and I would see just, I thought I was huge. I thought I was ugly. And I struggled with that for a while.
So why are we doing this? Awareness is so influential in body dysmorphic disorder. People talk about their insecurities constantly, and they don't realize what the underlying issue is. Body dysmorphic disorder has been pretty normalized in our society, unfortunately. Approximately 80% of those who struggle with body dysmorphic disorder report that they have struggled with suicidal thoughts. 1 in 4 of those have attempted suicide. Suicide rates are even more common in youth.
Even without factoring in suicidality, body dysmorphic disorder is deeply debilitating in ways we've previously discussed. If we raise awareness and people notice the symptoms of BDD in their friends, the number of people attempting to end their lives will lessen. Noticing these symptoms and being able to recognize it in yourself is critical.
Well, eating disorders are the leading cause of death of any psychiatric illness among everyone. So except for like opioid addiction, where you like use drugs and then die that way, this is the leading cause of death. So if we don't have awareness, we will still continue to lose people from this. So the reason why this is so dangerous, so if you have body dysmorphia and you view your body as bigger than it is, so then you try to lose weight, so however you do it, let's say you do lose weight. Once you lose weight and there's no more weight to lose, your body starts to kind of eat itself. And when it does that, it starts to kind of attack the major organs. So like, for example, if you're like sitting on this chair and then stand up really fast, and your brain, the blood is going to rush to your brain because it's trying to stand up, and it thinks when you're malnourished, it thinks it's running a mile. And so when you just stand up, like a simple stand, the blood leaves your heart, goes to your brain, and when that happens, you get lightheaded, you get dizzy. Sometimes you have like a blackened vision, and then you can develop what we call a heart arrhythmia. And then after that, you can develop what we call a cardiac arrest or a heart attack, because your heart is working so hard to get that blood pumping, but it doesn't have enough to go around. And the scary part about this is it happens so quietly and so slowly. Like you could be like a perfect straight A student and you can have like full on anorexia and no one would ever know because you're still functioning. Great. So if you feel like a friend is struggling, the best thing you can do is think about what you would want to hear if you were struggling. Like you probably wouldn't want to hear like dude, like you're not eating. Like what are you doing? You got to get this together. Like come on, like get it. You wouldn't want that like poke kind of like vibe. You'd want like, I'm really noticing like a big change in your eating. Like, I'm worried about you. Like, you're my best friend, or like, I care about you so much, and I'm really worried about you. Is there anything you want to talk about? And if they say no, then you wait a week, and then you come back. You say, I know I asked you this last week, and I really don't want to be annoying, but I just want to check in again. And if I'm annoying, just tell me, but I just want to check in again. Or is there anything I can help you with? Is there anything you want to talk to me about? Try to practice body positivity. We used to want to like have affirmations like your body is beautiful, your body's amazing, you know, and all of that. But what we realized is that women don't think that, no matter how much we try to do that. You're not going to wake up and be like, I love my body today, right? You're not going to do that. Maybe sometimes. But what we're trying to do instead of body positivity, what we're trying to do in our society now is work towards body neutrality. So looking at the function of your body, not the size of your body. So what can your body do? Can you move? Can you walk? Can you go to the bathroom? Can you laugh with your friends? Can you go out to pizza? Can you make a FaceTime call with somebody to talk about this? Like, what is your brain and body doing for you? What is the function of your body? And that helps us stay more towards neutrality versus that kind of unrealistic body positivity, because it's not very realistic. And sometimes kids get a bit hung up on that when they can't do it, because they're like, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I like feel good about myself? And you don't always have good body image days, and feelings fluctuate. You're not going to have good body image days every day. That's insane.
God, my hips are huge. Oh, please, I hate my calves. At least you guys can wear halters. I've got man shoulders.
I used to think there was just fat and skinny. Apparently there's a lot of things that can be wrong on your body.
My hairline is so weird. My pores are huge. I know, but suck. I have really bad breath in the morning. Ew.
In high school, everyone's discovering who they want to be. At this time in our society, the screens of teens are flooded with people showing off their perfect life. It's created and glossed over, with edited photos and airbrushed bodies. When that's all that you see, your reality starts to feel insufficient. These influencers have glass skin, why can't I? She has a flat belly and avoids any sugar, why isn't that me? Why can't I be slim and curvy? And of course, the eternal question for so many women, why am I not like her? Social media has exacerbated the jealousy and comparison that society feeds women.
So when I coached cheerleading, there was always like maybe one or two girls that I knew struggled. I had a closer relationship with them. Kids, they were more willing to talk to me as their coach versus their teacher. So I feel like there's always one or two in the bunch.
When all you see around yourself is flawless and poreless skin, a tiny yet hourglass-shaped body, and generally perfect hair, teeth, and height, that's an impossibly high standard, especially for young women going through hormonal changes. 50% of teenagers are self-conscious about their bodies, and 88% of young women compare themselves to images they see online. Over 90% of girls are dissatisfied with how they look and their bodies. High school girls are very susceptible to falling into negative body image, and that can set them on a long track of eating disorders, body dysmorphic disorder, and mental health problems. We need to change the image that high school girls see.
I know I'm not prettier, or I know I'm not the prettiest girl in the world, and I know I'm not prettier than Megan Fox, but
There's some things that I do to slow down the aging process as a 14-year-old. I started doing most of these things at 12.
So, I mean, you guys know how it is when you're scrolling, you don't, it's impossible to not compare yourself. It's absolutely impossible. And so one of the challenges that we face is when we're scrolling and we don't curate our feed, like we're just like following random people for random things, then we have so many people that we're following. We don't know what's real. We don't know the angles that they're using. We don't know the lighting they're using. We don't know any AI or Photoshop stuff. Like, we don't even know what we're looking at. And so one of the things that we have to really keep in mind for our young folks like you guys is curating our feeds and making sure that who we follow has body diversity, because not everyone looks the same. And if you're scrolling and everyone seems to be looking the same, it's a pretty good indicator that your curation is not quite where it should be.
What would I mean by that? Well, we think people need to see more body positive content. Also, not just body positive, but encouraging people to eat, seeing more people without visible ribs, and showing people real unfiltered bodies. With more images of what a normal human being looks like, hopefully girls will go more positive about their features, being proud of how they look.
There are some body positivity creators, but it can be difficult to find people with unfiltered lies, blemishes on their faces, and plus-size people on social media. We'll post body positive content and report things that encourage over-exercising or restrictive diets. Overall things that lead to body dysmorphic disorder. A study by Ana Maria Jimenez Garcia shows that body positive content improves body satisfaction and emotional well-being immediately, especially when highlighting self-acceptance and diverse representation. During your teenage years, your body goes through a ton of change, and that is a normal thing. It happens to every single human being. It is especially important that throughout those years you build a sustainable mind, nutrition your body, and take care of yourself to help yourself grow. You need to build a healthy relationship with how you perceive yourself. It is okay if your body looks different from others. We all have different bodies, shaped by our different environments. You shouldn't compare yourself or your journey to others, especially to those on social media, because it is often fake. You meet so many people and your mind processes so much information throughout the day. Be grateful for what your body can do and help sustain it. Don't put others' unrealistic standards on yourself. While it is important to take care of your well-being and accomplish your goals, don't overwork, overfixate, and overstrain yourself. That is not sustainable. You deserve a break and a peaceful mind, so balance. We all have our insecurities, and so many people struggle with body dysmorphic disorder, unfortunately. So know that you are not alone. You are beautiful the way you are. Your body is made to serve you, and you have to preserve it, not vice versa. Every single person has a different body because every single one is different and built to survive under individual circumstances. One person's standards shouldn't be yours. Everybody has different needs. Express gratitude for being healthy and being able to engage in different activities. Thank your body for sustaining you. Your face and your body are one of a kind. It is what makes you you. Preserve and appreciate what you have. Make sure to show yourself grace. A positive mindset results in good decisions and a good view on life and surrounding.
However, that doesn't mean only eating salads and not doing anything that could hurt your skin. There won't be an award at the end of life for being the thinnest or having the best skin. You're meant to enjoy fries, jump in the pool even though it might irritate your skin, walk on that windy day even if it might mess up your hair. You can always reach out to my partner and I via our emails in the link. If you have any questions or concerns, call us. Remember, you are strong, beautiful, and resilient, and you matter. Don't let others' insecurities or comments define your life and how you're going to live it. Try to stay away from unhappy people who will only toxic your life. Those people are usually the ones that themselves are struggling and are trying to get attention as a desperate cry for help. People tend to try to find reasons for their unhappiness all the time, someone to blame, etc. They find others to shame as a distraction of their own sad reality, so don't listen to people who may shame you for any way. Don't give them the power to do so. They have no authority over you. Don't try to fit into others' standards. There is no need to seek others' validation because you are enough. Remember to never ever body shame others. You never know how much your comment will stick in someone's brain or how many times they'll repeat it in their minds. Be careful with your words and try to spread positivity. Try to make others feel good about themselves and appreciate their existence and their contribution in this world. You are not alone, as many people struggle with this, but there is a way out and recovery is possible. If you relate to any of this, please remember that real skin texture, real healthy bodies, everyone has a different one and a different definition of healthy. Whatever works for you is what's important. Focus on being balanced and trying to balance your nutrition and health in a way that it sustains your mental health as well. Don't let other standards define your definition of a perfect body, as the social standards change constantly. This video is not only for people struggling with body dysmorphic disorder, but for anyone who struggles with body image at all.
Sometimes the person you're insulted for having acne and not doing anything about it may be the one who is working on that every single day. And it's none of your business. Let people be happy with their bodies without criticism. We're all different and you shouldn't assume and label others based on what you see on the surface. You will never know what's really going on inside of them. As someone once said, you never know the silent battles people are fighting, even the people you think you're the closest to. You'll never walk in my shoes and I will never walk in yours, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't sympathize with each other. Try to be kind and understanding with others and to others. Be the change you want to see. Spread positivity. Be the reason someone smiles and thinks more of themselves. Don't put them down. Don't be the reason why somebody has a bad body image or feels insecure.